I'm very disturbed with my mother, sister, my maternal uncles, and my relatives, except my father. So I thought, and that my love has also broken due to certain reasons, not because of the girl, but of me, but due to these religious matters of my mother. So I said, I am going to stay here. So he said, no, one, you should not stay here. This is because there are certain segments of talents in yourself, in different people. So there are peoples who are targeted to do something. There are people who can cook well, who can drive well, but there are certain very limited talents who can do all well, which you can do. And these are the people who can pull down God in them. In the words of Rabindranath, ওগো সবার ওগো আমার বিশ্ব হতে চিত্তে বিহার অন্তবিহীন লীলা তোমার নূতন নূতন হে প্রভু আমার প্রিয় আমার চির আমার হে. So he said, you should remain in every emotion of this art as much as can be as given to you by the Almighty, and observe and imbibe him in that relation. So when you are in your home in a very disturbed relation, you start imbibing God in that very annoyed situation. Sri Krishna said, he told me in his Vishwarup Darshan, I am available in all forms and all norms. It is how you see me, you perceive me, you see me, it is how you extract me from that colorings clamor virgin. Ami param hui charome. So never get broken down. Strive, thrive, and surely you will reach God. Means getting success or not is separate issue. But put in your best. That's what is needed from you. Nothing else. So with these ideologies, these thoughts, I have tried to do something for the betterment of the country and said about correctional measures over here. In the next video, in One Secular India, which is to be thought as a continuation of this, but is a separate section in my website, therefore mentioned here, and the linkage of this would be mentioned there also. I'll be talking about religious matters, problems, etc. in India specifically. Well, now that is all for this, but I should say that, as I promised, my research theory. First it was in this water testing, I mean the rubbish. Then came corporate social responsibility, and then I thought of demotivation theory. Actually, the basic of management is that the 10 commandments of management, motivation and things like that. So when you have to motivate a person, you have to put him in the right track. Either he is not in the track, that's very good. But if he is in a track which is not right, deviated, he has to be first dragged off from there and put to the proper track. So that is the main part of motivation. First you have to demotivate it, not demoralize. You have to make him moralize so much that he is demotivated, shifted from the path of his own. Now demotivation is also motivation. It is strengthening of moralization, not demoralization, moralization, on the ground that he starts shifting from the path and taking your path. This demotivation can be done to fringe benefits, but does not stay long. through words of mouth, through expressions of films, etc. Sahitya. But then the best is putting yourself as a role model. Not that people start following or imitating you, but people start extracting the core of your concept, understanding the underlying features, and starts putting it in use. May come to you for asking what to do, what not to do, or guidance or guardianship. But you are not providing any guidance. You have to provide him just the spark so that he can do it on itself. This is training. Now, in my life also, after studying management, I went to father and told him that I have seen there are many methods of training. That this is the module of training, this is this, this is that. So can you tell me how to train a person so that he starts training? Because I don't think the trainers themselves don't always know what to train and how to train and whether they can train itself and themselves also. They are just here for earning living. It's a very good question. There are methods of training, but if I tell you, what will you get in return? I said, I cannot give you anything in return, but I can stop calling you father and calling you a professional. That is the return I can give you. So he said, no, I want to stay your father. Don't call me professional. I will teach you. Just teach me. He said, to train a person, you have to understand what is the actual to be. That is a part of type of correction measures also. There are methods of training. You can talk to him, you can show him pictures, you can imitate him. And another thing I said, what? Listen. একটা থাপড়ে গালটা ঘুরিয়ে দেবো রাস্কেল, লাথি বা বাড়িতে বার করে দেবো। জুতো ফুতো আছে দেখেছিস তো, খাপা খাপ পড়বে। Understand how I felt? He just told me that I'll slap you, I'll beat you with the shoes and throw you out of the... I went to him to ask him. He was so cordial, he was so colloquial. Now he started acting like this. That gave my ego very sharp rise. I said, for teaching every student, he has to give an examination and the teacher has to see, check, evaluate whether he has been correct. That means if you slap me, I have to slap another person and you have to judge that whether I have learned how to slap or not. Therefore, if I slap somebody else, that is the meaning. I said, if I slap somebody else, he will get the feeling. You will not get the feeling. So you slap me, I'll slap you in return, and you understand whether I've been enough hard and enough I can absorb the art of slapping or not. That is what I want to say to him. So he understood the internal meaning and said, you are going to beat me as a father, as a son. Just now I said, and you agreed that you will be keep me as my father and not a professional. You beat a professional, that is separate, and you are going to feed a father. I said, you tried, you said all this problem. You created all the problem. I was respecting you as a father, and you created the problem, and now you are telling me that I'm going to beat a father. You started this thing, abusing me as a slave. Sorry. You can't take your own course. Please take your own course. I went out. He never spoke to me, never looked at me for 7 days. Then I was saying sorry. Sorry for what? Sorry for directly threatening you. I could have said that I felt very disheartened by this approach of yourself. Also, he said, if you had said this, I would have really thrown you out, because I wanted you to react in a situation which you are not prepared. That is how I trained you. to react. How? At the point which, how, when you are not prepared, and I mean you are not thought to happen also. You cannot dream it of. I said, well, thank you. But it was a very harsh method. Well, he said, sitting down. Just like Indrani used to look at me. He said, don't, I am going to get off, you know all this. Sit down, you are very bad boy, you're now doing this thing to me, this is not proper, why are you caring in my personal life? He said, see, this is the type of behavior. You didn't knew that I am going to imitate someone of your very near to your heart. But now you spoke so much. It was very kind type of approach, training approach. But when I gave you a harsh training, you reacted in a very small word. So when you get tough, you will react like this. When you get ease, you react like this. So there are people who may have the opposite attitude and aptitude. So you have to first understand them. What method, what procedure, how much degree to apply, and that is how training should be. So, in correctional measures, this is how correction has to be done. It is individual and momentary, based on the emotion, based on his thinking, based on the peripheries available to him. Therefore, just confining their movement, giving them cigarettes, giving them this facility or this luxury, that is not going to do any cause, serve any cause. It is just wastage of money, wastage of resources and everything, just throwing them into dustbin, nothing else, as far as what I think. And this also not only applies to jails or correctional homes, but also does apply to students right from the nursery levels. In this case, I should want to mention ragging, where people say that it is tuning, adjusting, these things, that things. Those who are not ragged in, say, arts or commerce fields also, who study distance studies, they do not cope up in real life. So why should there be ragging in science, these things? People go there for study, for building up, not to be ill-treated. And what right you have to ill-treat a citizen, a fellow being? What is the rational explanation of treating a colleague, a co-study student, a co-student, a colleague? What explanation will you give out there if I ask you this question? Why should there be ragging? Teaching the rough way, I understand. But for that you understand that this person, this incumbent you are ragging, how will he behave in when put to such unwanted circumstances? He is going to shiver down to a point, or he is going to spread out and face it as a challenge. What psychological background you have? What scientific methods you have as an elder to treat it? It is nothing but a business. A business of exploitation, mental exploitation, sexual exploitation, a fulfillment of devil in one's mind through channels supported by parties and other factors. And this is the type of inhuman and inhumane and unjust thing we have been doing for decades to students who come to learn, to build themselves. And that is the reason our country is so lagging behind, falling behind, and almost drowning. Thank you.